So you joined the 96 Chicago Bulls.
Mm-hmm. And Dennis, I got to say this. I love playing for Detroit. I love being in Detroit. He loved being in Detroit. There's nothing like being a Bull.
Mm.
Not even being a Laker is it the way they treat you when you're a Chicago Bull player. Like, it's a entirely different. Pat Riley treats the players, from what I understand, better than any coach ever on any team. But being a Bull was, I remember I came in, Mike was sitting over there, and we in quads, right? Me and Tony Kukoc, Ron Harper, and Michael and Scottie. And Michael has his side, and Scottie has his side, and we kind of share something. And Mike's like, I said, let me see them new joints you got. He throws them over. I go, man, you only wear one per game? And he goes, yeah, man. Like, I broke my ankle after that. I'm not having anything go wrong. You're gonna need to be new shoes every time. And he goes, what you wear? I said, man, whatever they give me. The next day, my locker was filled up with Nike.
Jordans.
The whole locker. Like, I took a pair because I said, I'm keeping this pair of sneakers right here because I know somebody's gonna look back at it and go, you wore this? But yeah, he made sure everything. I got to size 15 before Alonzo Mourning, which was a no-no. But MJ was like, he's gonna be next to me, he gotta have the new stuff.
Right.
I love money.
So
money. That's Michael, for those who don't know.
The Bulls won a championship in 91, 92, and 93. They didn't win 94 and 95.
Right.
You arrive in 96.
Yeah.
Rodman, was he already there or no?
Yep, he got there. It was me, James Edwards, and Dennis Rodman, and Ron Harper, who was from another team too. And we were the ones who was usually Michael's nemesis. Now we were
playing with him. So then you have Jordan and you have Pippen, and they have you guys.
Yeah.
Describe to me what it was like to be on the 96 Bulls.
This is the description. We, when I was in the NBA at the time, we stayed in Marriott's. When I got on the Bulls, we stayed at the Plaza in New York City. We came in the back way. I'm from New York. I'm a photographer by hobby. I've taken tons of pictures of the Plaza. Great building. Never knew there was a back way in. We come around this back way. Everybody is waiting for us on this side. The bus lets us out. We go upstairs. We go, you know how pretty the Plaza is. And we get up in there, and they got snacks like I've never seen. And we always, sometimes in Atlanta, the guy would have some, some drinks, some potato chips, whatever. These are snacks I've never seen. It's almost like a buffet like you've never seen. They hand you your key. You don't have to put your credit card up. Just 4 suites. Michael gets one, Scottie gets one, Phil Jackson gets one, and Dennis gets one. My room is a suite. Now, I'm not used to this because we stayed at Marriott's, connecting rooms with some of my teammates, you know what I'm saying? Hyatt's, Sheridan's. In 1 year, not 1 year, but for 3 years, we stayed in Cleveland. We stayed at the Holiday Inn. I mean, this is what we were doing. We were still flying commercial. But man, on the Bulls, we had the MGM plane, which people don't know, but it was like, it had a bar, had TVs, big, it was like a big loungy thing that you would think of playing. It's like Soul Plane. We literally had Soul Plane. And the fruit was better. Everything was better. Like, it was, Michael's security flew on a jet before our jet, so when he got there, they could think about that cost, and the best hotel and the best treatment. Best treatment. The training, the facility they train in, Olympic weight room, swimming pools, running track of 220, weighted balls, massage stuff. You got to get there early, write your name on the massage board. Michael and Scottie's name is already printed. Right? So you put your name behind that, and there's a massage every day. Like, they literally believed that we were fine-tuning these. That's why they got 6 championships.
Right.
The mentality. It was, Michael is, I have to word it though. So there was Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson. It was the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and the Doors and the Jackson 5. Like, And we were all the rest of them. But there was Michael, there was John, there was, what's my man from the Doors name? Morrison.
Jim Morrison.
I mean, they were 4 stars, including the coach who was a star. And it was the best. The planes were best. The hotels were great. The buses were new. You know something else we did? We got on the bus, and the bus took off. And it sounds simple. Everybody else, you had to wait. The rookies had to help the guy put the stuff on the bus, and the bus was, old beat down, brand new bus. You just get on. Then comes a U-Haul with your bags after. So whatever you need, you have on your carry-on, because the rest of your bag's gonna be dropped off.
Right.
In the Four Seasons, in the Plaza, it was top level. Mr. Reinsdorf, who owns the White Sox and the Bulls, top level.
You see a lot of superstars on teams, but the chemistry of the '96 Bulls, what do you think made that? Because it wasn't just Jordan, it was the whole team coming together to play.
Michael's an introvert. That was another thing. Kobe's an introvert. Dennis Rodman's an introvert. They shine when the light comes on and they're on court. And it becomes their stage, right? Steve Kerr was our shooter. Judd Bushler, one of my favorite teammates. There was cliques, but it all clicked. Phil had a way of making us, and he did this thing, one breath. My coach, Ted Gussis, has it. When I was growing up, he does it too. It was funny. I know exactly what it is. One breath, one thought process. Everybody breathe. It's a form of meditation. But that way he put it together too. And then imagine, we were on the cover of the New York Times Sunday magazine, and it just pictures of us, and they literally had us pegged out as this team, because I think it was like 15 guys, 16 guys on this team. Guys rotating on injured reserve and offering, they literally dissected on how to win. That's that Phil Jackson magic.
Now, by this time, Dennis Rodman was
Through the roof.
in full swing.
Oh my God, he was
Covered in tattoos, green hair, lip ring. You
come in to Chicago, there's a picture of Dennis in a tuxedo with no sleeves cut off. I mean, he was large. He threw one of his parties. I think it might have been it'd be 36th birthday party at a gay bar, and everybody had to come. It was like it or not.
Because he was wearing a wedding dress at one point.
Yeah,
wasn't he married to Carmen Electra briefly?
I don't know if he was married. Might have been dating. Seriously.
Yeah, they were married.
Really?
Briefly. It was a brief marriage.
It was a Vegas marriage.
Yeah, she said it was the worst. Now, during that time, because, like I said, I read his book. Because, I don't know how it was back then, but these days, players are watched very carefully after games. There's curfews and so forth. But Dennis Rodman, I heard, would go out drinking, would show up drunk the next day during the game, but would still play.
Really?
Yeah.
Not true.
That's what he said in his book.
Yeah.
He was at how Barkley was like, would smell like the liquor on his breath. It was like, how are you even out here right now?
Yeah. I guess I sell books.
Oh, okay. So you're saying he was actually disciplined?
Yeah. Let me tell you, there's one thing anybody and everybody can tell you about D-Rod. He'd sit there and watch that tape and be stretching and overstretching and rewinding the tape back, sitting on the treadmill. Everybody else goes out and warms up. He's there riding the bike, doing whatever. It was a crazy thing. So Phil, everybody, all right, everybody come in. And Dennis' seat is not there. And I'm like, somebody gonna go get Dennis? And he was like, it'll be all right. Dennis walks out while Phil is talking, just with a towel on. Goes straight into the shower, takes a shower. We hear the shower going, Phil's talking. Phil acting like it's not happening. It's like it's not there. He comes out, gets dressed. By the time we go out, he's out tied up, and he's buttoning up by the time he doesn't speak, puts his hand in, does whatever, comes out, and then the show is on. At the end of the game, everybody's sitting around talking to media, doing whatever, trying to hurry up, get in the shower, get out and run someplace. Dennis is back in the training room riding the bike. Not that he didn't run enough on court and played the entire 48 minutes and grabbed 20 rebounds, stayed in shape. So anybody, and they would know that. So anybody, and he had asthma. So imagine a guy with asthma who would overdo his cardio. And then he got on the weights. And it was all she wrote.
Do you still stay in contact with Dennis?
We never were at that point where I call him, "What's up, fam?" and have a conversation. We never have done that.
Okay.
He was the one who told me Lenny Bias died. So we were roommates. I get drafted number 11. He gets drafted the second pick in the second round behind Mark Price. And we get there, and first thing he said, "Hey, told you said you were going to see me in the pros. Now we're teammates." Jack McCuskey was able to get both of us. We go to dinner that night. We go to the Holiday Inn. We get our room. There's double beds. And he's watching cartoons, and I'm sleepy. He wakes me up, and he said, "Hey, man, something happened to the guy you were sitting next to yesterday." "What guy are you talking about?" "Guy in the draft." And I turn the TV on, and I'm searching, and I find out that Len Bias had died that night before. But that's how, and he felt horrible that he had to wake me up to tell me that. So this dude, like, no matter what they say and what they get around him, everybody tell you, and he proved that he would give you the shirt off his back, but he would give you anything else too. Yeah. The kid will give you whatever he needs, whatever you need.
What did you think about him going to North Korea?
I thought he slowed down the propaganda, and I was right.
Huh.
Television in America is set up, and film tells us who to hate next. During Rocky, we hated the Russians. When Arnold Schwarzenegger gets around, we hate the Arabs. All of a sudden, Tom Cruise, he's stuck in a North Korean jail, we hate the North Koreans. Dennis Rodman goes in, you would have never known North Korea looked like that. You would have never seen this guy drink Coca-Cola, wearing a Bulls jersey, buying into the American mentality, because we're told not to know that. I think he slowed down propaganda. I really do.
Because from what I understand, Kim Jong Un, the father, was a huge Bulls fan. And Kim Jong Un kind of took it upon himself to also be a huge Bulls fan.
Yeah.
Were you actually asked to go to North Korea?
Yeah, I was asked to go with him.
Really?
Yeah.
And you said no, obviously.
I said what a great businessman born in America would say. How much? And they was like 25,000. I was like, I said, I know strippers making that in the afternoon. I wouldn't give her a shout out, but she'll probably sue me. But seriously, like, not saying, "Oh, you too big for 25,000." Not to go to North Korea. I knew they had to be giving Dennis. I mean, Scottie and these guys were getting like 250,000 to play exhibition games in Indonesia. You can't have me go to North Korea.
Right, because you may not come home.
Yeah, but they ain't keeping no black folks. There was I'm not going to do anything that's going to hurt me from ever getting to that spot. But, and because he said, "Sal, TV, you can usher the media part." And, it sounds like it's a trip. We're basketball players. We're not caught up into politics like that.
Right.
And so I know Dennis got in the upper 200s. So for me to go next to him and take 10% and be in the same boat, I was like, nah, that's not going. Plus, I don't play basketball anymore. I got my feet operated on. I got stem cells in my knees. I'm good at showing you to YouTube.
I mean, but I don't think Dennis went just for the check. Or did he? I mean, because
I love experience. I went to India, and I got to meet the Dalai Lama. There was no check.
Right.
That is an experience in life when you go meet somebody that's enlightened. But I wasn't going to meet anybody of that magnitude.
Well, you're going to meet Kim Jong Un,
who
nobody has gotten to meet. Right. Essentially, I mean,
but he obviously is not the only. He's obviously not the craziest dictator we've ever seen. Wink, wink.
Yeah, but what people say is that Dennis Rodman knows more about Kim Jong Un than anyone in the United States at this point.
Yeah,
has had more contact with him than anybody, any single human being in the United States, including Trump.
Yeah, but you can see also,
or
Dennis,
Obama.
When you see the documentary, Dennis humanized him. They're trying to make him like he's not a human, and he's not this, and he did this, and hey, I'm not in agreement with any American media talking about how bad any leader is, or any massacre, or any treatment of people. America has not too much blood on its hand to have that conversation.